Before we get into this video, just want to let you guys know the first batch of the YF hats are on the way. They shouldn't be too far away. So if you are keen on getting one, make sure you're ready because there will be limited stock to start with. If you aren't following my Instagram, _Youngfilms_, head over and follow that because that's when you'll find out when they're first released. So yeah, you get more updates on there. And if you really want one, make sure you're following that so you don't miss out, because I'm not sure if I'm going to have a video around when they arrive. So yeah, head over and follow that. And yeah, let's get right into the video. How's the sunrise? I was hoping to get here early enough to catch the sunrise. Thought it might have been too cloudy, but look at that. Beautiful. Made it to our first spot. Hopefully we don't have to go any further than this. Nice looking weed bed, so should be a few squid in here hopefully. Get on here and get set up and start flicking. It's the jig I'm going to be starting with. Little 3.5 grammer, white and red. White is probably my favourite colour for squid. Just seems to be what works best for me, so I'll give this a go and see how it goes. I've got my little 1.5 to 3 kilo rod with me too, just in case can't find any squid. There's a few zebrafish and luderick swimming around here. We could have a bit of fun with them, or try and catch a salmon or something like that. Haven't got the ideal setup. Just running my 2 to 5 kilo Shimano rack raider, 6 pound braid, 8 pound leader with a Shimano Naski 2500. Just gonna be letting that sink down close to the weed bed, and then few hops off. Hopefully we'll have some squid pretty soon. Yep, first cast. First cast. Yes! How cool is that? What a time to do it in the early morning with that sun coming up. That's a good start. Just there as well. It's not real big, but he'll eat. Look at that. First cast, first cow. Beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful Southern Calamari. Right, if he's there, there's going to be a few more, so I'm going to get straight back out there. Just going to put this guy out of his misery. Don't have a flat spot. Easiest way to do it, right at the base of the head, little karate chop. Goes white, he's dead. Beautiful. We'll just sit him there for now. I'll try and get a couple more. We've had a lot of wind along the coast this week, and the water went real choppy and dirty yesterday, and I was worried it wasn't going to be very clean, but the swell in the wind was pushing sort of from the northwest, so it was sort of would have been heading around the end of this point here, so this stuff wouldn't have got touched much. So I'm very happy I came here. Now, it's not meant to rain today, but I think I'm about to get wet. Typical Tassie weather forecast is never what it says. No, it's not. I have not planned for this. I do not have a raincoat or anything. This could be fun. Right, that rain has brought a breeze from the complete opposite direction the wind's meant to be coming from, and it is cold. Oh, new squid jig tied on. 3 gram, a bit smaller, a bit lighter. It's sinking a little bit slower. Oh man, that's cold. A lot further around there than you think. That's where I was. Just gonna go down here, looks quite good through here, so I'm gonna go here for a few minutes, and if not, head further around the headland. Oh, I'd like to catch them here so I don't have to go any further. That'd be nice. Drink. One there, grabbed it. Where'd you go? Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. He's right on it. He's on it. Got him. That was cool. He come flying out of there. Not real big again, but good for a feed. Come on, buddy. Ink. Keep inking. Keep inking. Just bring you up into this pool. There we go. Beautiful. Lovely job. Look at that. Lovely little cow. Good eating size. Pretty good. Beautiful. Hopefully there's a few more sitting in here. Karate chop, and he's dead. Beautiful. Sit him in this pool. Sit him in that pool, keep him nice and fresh. Straight back in. Hopefully there's more than one here this time, but if not, 2's a good feed anyway. That's the first cast in both spots. Hopefully there's more than one here this time. He hit it a fair way out there, and it wasn't until I got to right here he charged it again. And squid fishing, when you get it back to the bank or back to the boat, just don't lift it straight out of the water, because sometimes I just sit in the weed and watch it and then shoot out and grab it, just like he did. way out there this time. This is a better fish. Look at this. This is a big cow. This is what we're after. Shit. Tighten up on him a bit. This is a big one. Bump that on the drop. This is I'd say this is a big one. Feels very, very heavy. Look at that. Pulling line off the reel. Up the surface now. I don't think I was letting it sink enough. I let that sink a lot longer. When I'm casting a bit longer, I don't think I was getting close enough to the bottom. Just got to take it very easy with these things too. Hard ones are the hardest because you can rip their tentacles off if you apply too much pressure. I can see that jig, so I'm a bit worried it's not hooked fantastic. You're coming in slowly along the surface though. I should have brought a net with me too. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to lift this fella. Should be phoning me while we're up there. This is a better fish. Oh, look at it. Might have to get the big camera out to have a look at him. He's a nice squid. Hopefully he's already inked. I'll try to wash him up into there. Come here, bud. That's a good fish. That's a very good fish. That is what we're after there. Hey there. Wash up into there, that's it. Holy moly. That's a horse. Woo! Now that's a calamari. That's what we're after. Wow. Wow, wee boys and girls. Look at it. Thanks very much. Let's get the camera out. How's the size of that, eh? That's a calamari. They're the ones you're after. Got a few feed. We'll get a few feeds out of him. That is an absolute donkey. Have a go at it, would you? That's what we're after. Got plenty of friends and family I can give them away to, so don't mind taking a few. Beautiful job. We'll put him out of his misery and we'll see if we can get a couple more. Nature's chopping board. Well, not really nature, that's a fence paling of some sort that come from who God knows where, but it'll work for us. So I'm just going to show you quickly roughly how I clean my squid. Many ways to do it. I haven't chosen a real good spot here. This is the way I do it. I only go squid fishing probably 2-3 times a year, so I don't do a lot of it. So my cleaning techniques aren't real good, but this is the way I find that works best for me. To start off with, you've got to remove the head and the guts. You stick your fingers in behind their head there at the back of the neck. Usually what you can do is twist it either way, and usually if you get it right, the guts will come out with the head. Sometimes it doesn't all come. You got a bit of it there, but didn't quite get it all. Haven't really mastered that technique. Shove your hands up in there, pull all the guts out. That's why it's important to try and let them ink in the water too, because it just makes everything messy. Feel up the top there, that backbone. Just try and get your fingers under that, just like that. And that should run your fingers over the top of it. That backbone should pull straight out. Hands are a bit slippery. There's his backbone. Don't need that. Right, we'll just give him a quick wash. Like I said, I'm not real good at this. It's not something I do all the time. If you have any tips for me in the comments, please let me know. I know there's definitely some people watching this thinking, what the hell are you doing? But we don't do a lot of it. So what we'll do next is, got his wings here. Just want to go stick your fingers in under the wings and try and pinch your two fingers together. Just like that. And you can separate his wings and that from his body. There's his wings. Keep them, freeze them, use them for bait. There. Another quick wash. Now the next part, you got to get all this skin off. The best way to do that is just sacrifice the top part of your hood here, cut that off, just like that. Then you can get your fingers under that cut, look, and you can just peel all that off. Look at that, it just comes straight off. Want to keep doing that around the squid till you got all of his skin off. Now if you want to keep your squid in a hood, clean the inside, just put your thumb right at the end here, and you're just trying to push that in like that and turn him inside out. Now you got him inside out, you can clean the rest of this guts and that away. And there's some squid eggs, that's what they're here doing, they're here spawning. This one hadn't spawned yet. Another thing that I make sure I do is make sure I'm washing them in the salt water. You don't want to be washing them in fresh water, take the flavour out of it. So he's reasonably clean. And give it another touch up when I get home and everything's a bit drier. Makes it a bit easier. But we'll get these other two done and we'll get them home and I'll show you how I prepare them. I think I've figured out if you run your hand down that backbone to start with, then all the guts will pretty much come out with the head. Look at that. A few baits in there. Cut that off there. That is going to make some beautiful baits. Like that, them big ones are a bit easier to clean. You can get all the skin off with the wings. Maybe that's a better way to clean. If you get the wings off at the back and roll it over, you can get most of that skin off with the wings. I'm not sure how it'll work on a little one, but it definitely works on the big ones. Look at that. Pretty much all the skin off. Look at that. Big baits. Right, all cleaned up, packed up. Now it's up over that. To get back to the car. I'm not sure if I should try go bush bash it up over that saddle there, or just go around the way I came, because I know I can get that way. I might do that. Looks a bit snaky up in there. Right, start moseying on back. Not really looking forward to this, but let's take our time and see how we go. Well, that was a fun little mission. It was actually a lot further around there than I thought. It was good fun. It's good to finally get onto some fish. I've been trying real hard the past few weeks to get a video out for you guys, but just been really struggling. It's been really windy along the coast and fishing hasn't been great, and work's been super busy too, so hasn't been fantastic, but we got onto a few today, so that's a positive. Right, I'm gonna have a drink, head back home, finish cleaning up these squid, and then show you how I prepare them for the table. See you there. Right, so now that we've got our squid home, it's all cleaned up. I've just sliced him at the middle, sort of like a butterfly, just opened him up. And all we need for this simple recipe is a kiwi fruit, maybe two. And all you're gonna do is put the squid in a container or a bowl or something like that, sit in there, cut the kiwi fruit and squeeze all the juice and stuff from the middle of the kiwi fruit. Squeeze that in on top of the squid. Just like that. We're just gonna flip that around, make sure the kiwi fruit's going all over the squid. Just like that. So it should look something like that. And then all we're going to do is put that in the fridge for a couple of hours. Doesn't really matter how long you put it in there. But the kiwi fruit, I'm not sure if it's the citrus in there or what it is. It just tenderizes the calamari really nicely. Calamari can be quite chewy. But yeah, this just seems to tenderize a little bit and make it a bit more enjoyable to eat. And also the sweetness of the Kiwi fruit does add a little tinge of sweetness to the aftertaste. So now I'm just going to chuck that in the fridge for a couple of hours, and then we'll get it out and ready to cook it. Alright, so that squid's been in the fridge and that kiwi fruit for it's been about 3 hours. I got a little bit busy, but the longer the better anyway. So now I'm just going to push most of that off, sit on the chopping board here, move that aside. Just grab some paper towel. All you're going to do is scrape that excess kiwi fruit off. Same on the other side. Before you're flipping that, give that a clean, otherwise you'll just get it back on the other side again. Sorry, I'm trying to do everything with only 2 hands and I need about 6. Same on the other side. Now this is just a very simple recipe, very good for if you just want some for entree before your main meal. It's not exactly a proper meal. You can have it with some other stuff, I suppose, but this is just an easy, quick way that I like to prepare it. So after you've done that, you're just going to grab a knife. You're just going to run across it and just scour the meat. Do it both ways. Probably don't have to do this, but you'll see why I do it in a minute. I think it helps. And on the other side. The reason I do that, because all we're going to do is add salt and pepper. So I'm just going to add the salt and pepper onto both sides. Depends how spicy you like it, but I like to add a fair bit of pepper, bit of salt. And all you're going to do is rub that in to them creases we just made. Just helps it stay on there when you're cooking it as well. Right down in there. Same on the other side. Rub her in. And there we have our salt and pepper squid hood. Just going to let that sit there for a second while I get the pan ready. Just let that really absorb that salt and pepper. I'll actually add a bit more on this side. So what I like to do, I don't like to cook it. I cook it in oil, but not too hot. You don't want it to burn, but you still don't need to cook it for very long either. And I'm going to cut it into bite-sized slices, just to make it easier to eat. Yeah, just while that rests, we're just going to heat this oil up, and once that's hot enough, we'll turn it back a little bit, cut her up, and we'll put her in, see how she goes. So I've just cut into smallish slices there. As you can see, the oil's pretty hot. Just turn it down a little bit because don't want it too hot. We'll just have to see how it goes when we put them in. But you also don't want it to be, you don't want them in there very long either. They do not need very long at all. Test it out with a bit. Sounds pretty good. About perfect by the sound of it. Doesn't sound too hot. all you're doing is really cooking it until the squid goes white. And it doesn't take long at all, as you can see them bits already. Look at that, they've already whitened up, so you can give them a flick. That smells so good already. Doesn't have much of a smell when you're just dealing with it, getting it prepared. But as soon as you got it in that pan, all the smells come out and it is fantastic. And they are just about done. We've got a bit of paper towel on a plate to drain that oil. I think they're about done. Move them around, let the oil soak out of them a bit and let them cool down because they are super hot. And we'll give it a try, see how we went. Righto, let's see how I went. If I've done this right, it shouldn't be chewy at all really. Tender as. That is so good. So I'm going to show you how tender it is. Like that. Bites off so easy. Very, very tasty. Never gets old. I absolutely love fresh calamari. Now that method of cooking is very, very basic, very simple. But it's good for when you're having a barbecue with a few friends around or something. Bit of finger food before the main meal. Can't see anyone turning that down. That is so good. Well, I'm going to finish eating this. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. It's me actually my first catch and cook on the channel. Pretty keen to do a few more of them too because that was pretty fun. You're not going to get great chef skills off me, but you'll get to know some basics if you don't know much about what you're doing. And yeah, hopefully I've helped a few people out. And yeah, I enjoyed the day very much. So yeah, it was very good. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you are new, make sure you like and subscribe. And I hope to see you on the next one. See ya.